Welcome to the New Podcast, episode number 107. My name is Steven. I am joined, as always, by producer and co-host extraordinaire, my man, Kelly. Let's get to it.
Got ahead of myself.
No way,
no. Excited.
No, you're super excited to come out. Exactly. And there's no set time limit for when you can say hello. You can say hello all show. Hello.
Welcome to Yo.
Yeah, hello. We have the no UFC to talk about, but we have a one hell of a packed week of sports with the NFL, NBA, and just the cards that are going to be coming up. UFC is kind of setting themselves up, Kelly, for one hell of a year. And come January, February, March, it is already stacking up quite nicely here. I cannot wait to see how the UFC comes down. And I'm chomping at the bit now. You know what I mean? People complain there's too many cards and this and that. Now we've had such a layoff of no cards. I need some UFC. Yeah. I need some fights. And not just for the show, just because I'm such a huge fan. It's just, Saturday nights, always UFC. But I think last night, football was on the spotlight, and they did not disappoint. Great football game last night, especially the headliner basically was the Washington football team.
I did enjoy it. I didn't watch
it either.
But I didn't enjoy it.
It was good. It was really good. It was really crazy. This dude, kind of like an MMA way, and especially it was like a lineman. Usually, normally you see like defensive backs, like safeties and dudes like that punching the ball out of it, trying to punch the ball out of a dude's hand. And game last night, we see one of the dudes, a defensive lineman, too, punch the ball out of this dude's hand. It was the, I can't remember, it was the Buccaneers player that got the ball just punched right out of his hands by the Washington lineman. These dudes are just gigantic, Kelly. Like Greg Hardy, but bigger too. Because that's the position Greg Hardy played when he was in. So if you could just imagine a dude just straight up full. Power punching a football out of your hand. And he's not punching your head. He's punching lower, so you can even get more torque on it. I didn't even feel bad for the dude afterwards, because it's like, yeah, of course you lost the ball. No one's going to be able to hold on to the ball when you have a dude of that size just straight up punching the shit out of it out of your arms. You can't hold on to that. And you got the fumble, and like I said, you couldn't even really feel bad for the guy. It just was one hell of a punch. So it was kind of a cool little part in the football game, notable, even though in a losing effort for Washington. Their defense is amazing, and I can't wait to see how they play next year. Ron Rivera having his storied season as well. Beating cancer during the season, the whole time coaching, basically just missed a few weeks of football. Really, I've always liked Ron Rivera too when he was longtime coach of the Panthers. Everyone can't say anything really good about him. Former player too for for a hard-nosed Bears team that won the Super Bowl as well. So good for I think it's a good building block, the fact that they even made it to the playoffs in the worst division in the league, and to really give the Buccaneers some trouble. Just basically with a backup quarterback who was Heineke was his name, and man, what a marketing thing that would be. Heineke. All night I was thinking I wanted a Heineken. I was drinking beer, but all night I was like, damn, I could really go for a Heineken right now. So
spokesperson.
Exactly. Heineke, what I mean? It's a match made in heaven. It's a match made in heaven. Even don't steal. This is my idea now. Even call because the Washington football team used to be called the Redskins, call them the Red Stars. And they're sponsored, call it Heineken Stadium. What I mean? Shit. Boom. Works right there. You know what I mean? Send me the check in the mail. You guys can have the idea. You just gotta send me the check in the mail. We'll discuss price afterwards, but it was a really, really good football game, and it was really, really good to watch it last night. Like I said, with no UFC, nothing really else on. I'm a huge football fan, but that game really took the cake, and it was very, the games just like UFC. It's the events you have low expectations for, and it ends up wowing you. It was a great game for the defense of the Redskins the Washington football team, and great game for the Buccaneers. Buccaneers really showing that they're going to be trouble for anybody that they play against. What about you, Kelly? What did you get up to this weekend, man? This week?
Just video games.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Oh, cool.
Else. I've been lazy.
Yeah, that's that time of the season. It's winter in Canada.
Yeah.
It's time to stay inside. It's time to do nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And just hibernate, basically. Canadian, people hibernating, human hibernating. Let's do it. Yeah, same with me, man. Not a whole hell of a lot. Played a ton of video games. We'll talk about that near the end of the show. You're at the end of the show, yeah. No UFC to recap. We will talk about video games at the end of the show. We're gonna get to some reviews as well. Smack dab, and we're gonna talk some news. But other than that, same with here, man. Work and fucking video games. Really, nothing much else to do. I've been up in my drinking game. My drinking game's been absolutely amazing right now, and I can't wait to.
That's good, man. Stay hydrated.
I know, exactly.
Get that H2O.
When all this bullshit gets lifted, I'm gonna be a drinking champ. If that's something to brag about.
Hydro homies.
Hydro homies. H2 bros.
H2 bros.
Oh shit! Good times though.
We're the only ones laughing right now.
I know, exactly. It's the best. Exactly. That's who cares. That's the funniest parts. Funniest parts. But I kind of got to start the show off with a gripe here, Kelly. It happens to me every fucking time you go to a corner store. You go to a corner store like a 7-Eleven, or here we got Max, or there's Circle K's now. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Any odds, mom and pop corner store, the 25-7 terrible ones too. The fucking lottery people out there right now. It is fucking insane. I don't know. I don't know if I just never noticed it before, or if right now people are just playing the lottery extra fucking hard. But they need like a separate line or something like this, man. This is fucking bother. I just want to go and get my Slurpee.
People need hope.
I'll be there with my kids, and they'll be getting that, they'll all pick out a candy, they'll get gum or some shit and a Slurpee, and we'll go up in line, and we're standing in the line for 15 minutes because some dude ahead of us is mixing and matching all of his fucking lottery tickets, fucking using some scratch and win, using some provincial lottery tickets, cashing in all of his $1 winners, and then wanting to mix and match on his buyout as well. It's like, what the fuck? This isn't a bank. It's a fucking corner store. And here you're fucking taking forever because you have some kind of fucking legal gambling addiction. It is fucking, it's griping the shit out of me right now, Kelly. Every fucking time I go to one of these stores, I'm stuck behind one of these fucking addicts. It's fucking ridiculous. Or people playing Keno. Like I said, you know what I mean? There's all this COVID lockdown and shit like that. You can't go see your family. You can't do this. But you can go to the fucking mall and play Keno with 20 of your buddies all huddled around the fucking Keno machine. And no one's stopping that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Keno. Of all fucking things. You're the lowest of the low of your life if you're fucking playing Keno.
You can't have dinner with your parents either, but you can have go to Denny's with your parents and have dinner.
Yeah,
dinner
exactly.
there in a crowded restaurant.
Exactly. Well, you really got us on that one.
Basically, you have to pay for dinner if you want to have dinner with your parents.
Pretty much. That's what they want you to do. Exactly. All those conspiracy theories people are right. The big fix is in.
There's all the evidence you need.
And the lottery people are buying up lotteries. Like I said, man, it's just so they need a separate aisle for this, man. They need a separate aisle. The other day, perfect example. I'm in a 7-Eleven with my kids. And with COVID now, lineups are all spaced out in certain areas. But this 7-Eleven, for some stupid reason, they have 2 separate areas for lineups. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I'm in the one lineup, and the other guy's in the other lineup, and I see he has a Ziploc bag, Kelly, jam-packed with lottery tickets. Jam-fucking-packed, with the $6.49. And all he has is a $5 bill in his hands. I'm like, I just budged in front of this guy. I'm like, I don't got time for this. I straight up don't got time for this guy to walk up to the counter with it looked like 50 plus lottery tickets.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy has a mental disability. He seriously does. He seriously does. First of all, what is he? Is he just keeping the losers too? There's no way all those could be current. Second of all, if all those are current, he's got a huge fucking problem. And the only bill he has in his hand is a $5 bill. This guy is worse than any heroin, crack, meth addict I've ever seen in my life. It was weird, and he looked disheveled, like he had been wasting his money on lottery tickets over food. You know what I mean?
He's immaculated.
He did. He kind of did. He looked a little spaced out too. You know what I mean? But it was just one of those things. I think that's how you can tell if you have a problem. If you are putting that something else over top of food, that's when you know you got a fucking problem. And that's exactly what this guy looked like.
Casinos are closed.
Exactly, that too. Yep, good call, Kelly. I wonder if that has something to do with it as well.
Addicts got to do something.
Yeah, exactly. Addicts got to do something. It's just, it's just funny to touch base on the COVID shit right now. It's just like, hey, I'm not gonna break any rules. I'm here for the long haul. Whatever. It's annoying, and I'm starting to get really fed up now too. We're gonna be, into this thing for a year, right around the corner. It'll be a full year of this, and there's rumors right now, even Kelly, coming out for our area of BC, to be on lockdown basically like this until September, is basically what they're saying now. They've had professionals come on and say basically September, and we're still gonna have to do the same shit. No people over, this and that. Restaurants closing early and crap like that. And it's just like getting out of control. But the thing, like I said, that just fans the flames for all these psychos out there, all the conspiracy theorist people, is when all these officials, I don't know what it's like in the States, but up here in Canada, all these officials are going on the podium saying, stay home, stay safe. And here they all went on vacation. It's all coming out now. They all went on these real nice vacations to different destinations. Hawaii. One dude went to Africa. One guy went to Mexico. All these politicians, saying, and that's just exactly it. It's people want to say we're all in this together. We aren't all in this together. We're all in different types of vessels in this. We're all going through it together, but we're not all in this together. And I think it just proved to the fact right there that this got to follow the rules when it comes to this bullshit, or you're just gonna fucking feed these fucking conspiracy theorical psychos just fucking a huge ass meal of this shit. And it really sickened me when I heard about it too. All you gotta do is stay home. We're all upset. Obviously you guys are fucking going stir crazy too. But for all these politicians to have gone and went on vacation, I just found it was fucking disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Even if you are against it, there's one thing you really shouldn't do right now, and that's go on vacation. Yeah. To go to a far off destination in another country, that's bullshit.
That depends too. Like if you just go to a lake that's like hasn't like nobody there.
That's totally different. Like one dude here too, he went to his cabin. His cabin was 200 kilometers away, but I wasn't upset over that.
Yeah, fuck.
I wasn't upset over that either. And he resigned. He resigned because of it. Yeah, I know, exactly.
To his cabin?
To his cabin, yeah, exactly.
He must have brought people.
Who knows? Maybe he was looking for an out. Maybe he's like, I hate this job. Yeah. I didn't.
Because that's not something to resign about. Like that's being super like secluded, like being super I think he was isolation.
I think he was like the mayor of Castlegar too, which is a tiny shithole of a town, right? Yeah. And he 200 kilometers to where his cabin would even be more remote.
Yeah.
So feel for that, dude. But hey, man, we're in this for the long haul here. Vaccines are a slow rollout, and we'll see what happens here. But without further ado, let's get to some MMA news. Biggest announcement's gotta be of the week, man, and it's just a rumor, not set in stone, but as we've seen, a lot of these rumors now are 100% coming true. Justin, highlight reel, Gaethje will be taking on Charles Dubronx Oliveira. Love this matchup. Absolutely. If you want to say a number one there's all these number one contendership bouts for the 155-pound belt, and there's no one owns the fucking belt right now. It is just fucking insane. With Conor McGregor going to be taking on Dustin Poirier right around the corner. We now have Justin Gaethje going to be taking on Charles Oliveira. And even people want to talk about the Hooker versus Chandler fight. There is some huge implications for the top 5, top 10 of the 150-pound division, and I think it's the biggest one that's got to be put to the top of that list. Obviously, has to be Justin Gaethje versus Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
In my opinion, without a shadow of a doubt, even over top of Conor McGregor versus Poirier right now. In my opinion, Poirier's coming off, has a loss. Conor McGregor, he hasn't fought in 155 forever, so who really gives a shit of two dudes who've been incredibly active in this division in the last 2 years? Charles Oliveira's resume says it's the best, but what's the best part about this fight, Kelly, is these guys are certified killers because they have a win over top of Tony Ferguson on their resume, both of these dudes, and both in two different styles too. That's what I love about this fight too so much, Kelly. Oliveira beat Tony Ferguson with that smothering wrestling style and almost submitting him with that nasty armbar. And then we see Justin Gaethje with the hard-nosed style, outworking him and beating him up on his feet, getting the standing TKO. I almost think, even though that Justin Gaethje got the finish, I think Charles Oliveira's victory may have been more dominant in these two dudes. But what an argument to have. You know what I mean? They both are so incredible. We're arguing over who finishes Tony Ferguson the best. I love this matchup, Kelly, and I cannot wait to see when this one goes down. Like I said, it's just a rumor right now. No date has been announced. I think they obviously want to see where these chips lie on the fight coming up in 2 weeks from now. Oh, but man, I cannot wait to see those two dudes clash. Who do you think takes it, Kelly, though? Who do you think, man?
That is such a tough call, because I was even thinking about it, like, since the beginning of the show when we kind of went through what we're going to talk about, and I was like, I still don't know. Like, fuck, man, Gaethje's so tough. He's so well-rounded. He does have good wrestling. Might be better than Ferguson's.
I think so. Yeah, I think it would be. Yep.
So I don't know how Oliveira will do during the grappling and the takedowns and stuff like that. And I they're so good at striking both of them. Like, it's just so fucking evenly matched that I'm just up in the air, man. I have no idea.
Yeah, I got to go with the hot hand in Do Bronx. I got to go with the hot hand. I think when Justin Gaethje was fighting Tony Ferguson, I think a lot of people thought it was going to be 50-50. Like, it was really, you know what I mean, it could go either way. But when the announcement was Tony Ferguson, I keep going back to that thing, because that's the most common 6 degrees of separation that these two dudes have. Yeah. When Oliveira was matched up with Tony Ferguson, I thought, like, oh fuck, this is gonna be a tough matchup for Do Bronx, and he came out and totally surprised me. So he's undefeated. Undefeated in such a long period of time right now. I just got to go with the hot hand. I cannot wait to see.
I'm gonna go with Gaethje then.
There we go. There we go. I can see it easily going either way. Like I said, it's such a interesting matchup for two dudes who are just absolute bona fide killers and who can win it very, very many ways. And I think this is one of those fights, Kelly, where no one knows. I think no one really knows who's going to win this. I would hate to be one of the guys setting the betting odds for this fight, Kelly, because who the hell takes it? I have no fucking clue, and I cannot wait to see it go down. I'm going to guess March or early April. I think if you had to set your calendar, March or early April. But maybe we see these guys step up. We've seen that a few times. Maybe the card gets pushed up a little bit with a cancellation, especially with a big card coming down the pipe. Maybe be a bit too early, but both these dudes are very game, and I could definitely see one or the other, or fighting each other, be put onto a card coming up.
So do you think Dana just puts the two most impressive wins up against each other for the belt?
Ooh, good call. I remember when they had that 135 pound, 3 fights of 135 pound on that one card. That kind of brings me back to that, where basically the winner of the most guy who had the most impressive fight, kind of gets that. Man, I think you got to give the two dudes. I think it's going to be. I don't think he's going to crown a champ just yet. I think it's going to be the two dudes who are the most impressive out of all 3 of those fights will go up against each other for the belt. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to see. I think we're going to see it. I can guarantee it'll be a quick announcement. Like, we could see that come around, like in a Dana White Contender Series style almost, like where it's not in stone, but if something crazy were to happen, Dana White would come to the ring saying you're going to fight the winner of such and such card for the belt.
As long as they don't make them coaches. Fuck, man.
Yeah,
I hate saying that shit. Well, usually it puts them on ice for a year.
Exactly. Usually drill. Exactly. I love the show, but exactly that, Kelly. It puts their career kind of on ice for far too long, and a lot of times we've seen dudes get injured out of that. Because they're on the shelf for far too long, and they get an injury. You know what I mean? So we see a lot of that. And exactly. I don't want them to be I agree. I want them to fight right away. I can, now that this announcement has been made, I want them to fight right away. Can't wait though. Can't wait.
Super exciting.
One bit of sad news coming out this week, and it's it's a very unfortunate case of mental illness. Is we have the report of Irwin Rivera. being charged with 2 counts of attempted murder for stabbing his sisters in their sleep. Super weird story coming out of Florida, and sad story coming out of Florida. His sisters, they have now spoken as well, and kind of put more light to the story of what's going on. He wasn't himself. There was something off about him, and so the sisters actually went down to Florida to stay with him because they knew something was wrong with hhim. And then in the middle of the night, he stabs them both in their sleep. One sister has recovered. The other sister she's going to recover, but she is in critical care. So she's still not going to be out of the hospital anytime soon. Will recover though, but. They're just saying this Irwin Rivera guy has to say is it was coming from a higher power, Kelly. So much mental illness that he feels that he has to kill somebody because somebody else is telling him so. And that's textbook psychoticness. Like lock this guy up, not in a prison, in a mental institute, and throw away the key. Put this guy in a padded room right now, because you can't have people like this in society. Number one, you definitely cannot have people like this in society. CTE, probably. You know what I mean? That's all I gotta say. But I know he had actually this guy. They have a lot of stories. UFC fighter this, UFC fighter that, and they actually weren't UFC fighters. This guy was actually a UFC fighter and an active fighter on the roster. He doesn't have a great record. He is 1-2 in the UFC, but all of his 2 losses were by decision, 1 by split. His win was by split. He lost to Andre Elwell, who actually is a really good fighter as well. So, going to split decision against Andre Elwell was actually pretty good. So, really, theoretically, you could say this guy had a promising career even. Not only the fact that, that he did something terrible and probably never be an acting member of society again. He basically, his brain went so bad that he will probably be locked up for the rest of his life.
He can get a cell with War Machine.
Oh, boy. You better clench your butt cheeks in that one. Let's break him down here a little because I didn't really even know anything about this dude. Like I said, 3 fights in the UFC. Last fought, all of his fights are from this year too. So he fought in May, fought in August, and fought in September. So quick fights coming out of the Titan FC organization, where it looks like he was a champion. He had 3 KO victories in a row. No wonder he got a call up to the UFC. 3 quick victories, and then really, had a few losses too. No one really to name here. He kind of looks like he had a trilogy with Jose Seja, where he has a win over and a loss over. But yeah, other than that, really nothing crazy. But very, very sad news. Was it caused something else? Was it a previous mental condition, or was it caused by taking a beating in the UFC? Especially being in the UFC, his last 3 fights, he went 15 minutes each. That's 45 minutes of getting your head kicked in at the UFC level. That can't be good for you. No. 10-6, not the best record, but the fact that he was in the UFC was a huge statement. And I just hope he can get the help. His sisters can obviously live a normal life, and I couldn't even imagine what it's going to be like for that family after this. It's super crazy news, super sad news, and I don't normally like to bring it down, but I thought this was interesting enough news because this guy actually is an active member of the UFC. Well, former, obviously now he's definitely not going to be in the UFC anymore. But let's hope everything turns out okay out of this. Let's go on a bit of a lighter note here, man. A pretty funny news coming out this week was Snoop Dogg making his AEW appearance, Kelly, and even going off the top rope against a local guy too. So it was Dr. Luther, who he's actually born in Calgary, but he lives in Vancouver, and he's on the AEW roster, and Snoop Dogg going for arguably the worst frog splash I've ever seen in my life. I know he's huge. He's super tall. He's 50 years old. He was probably ripped as shit.
That's the thing. Like, old dogs shouldn't be jumping off high surfaces. They can break their legs. You have to take them to the vet. It's really expensive. I just don't think he should have done it. It's a too big of a risk, especially when you're rich like that. What's the point? Like,
how you gonna smoke weed with that cone?
Yeah, exactly. You can't eat your food properly.
Yeah. No, I'm with Snoop though on this one, Kelly. That's what a lot of people are saying. Like, why the hell is this 50-year-old dude jumping off top rope? That's if that's the number one thing I'm gonna do when I get my money is be a wrestler. Pro wrestling on the side. Can't wait. I can't wait to do it. Oh, man. Or that'd be the coolest thing to like make appearances on a wrestling show. You know what I mean? That'd be the coolest. Even to pay for my appearance, something stupid like that. I adore wrestling. Absolutely love it. And my hat goes off to Stoop for doing it, man. I'm sure he wanted to do it. He'd obviously had a lot of WWE stuff he'd done, but I don't think he'd ever went off top rope his whole career. It was good for him. It was atrocious though. If you look it up, it's a bit embarrassing.
You know about the Eminem and Snoop Dogg beef right now?
Oh, no, I didn't hear about that. No.
Oh, yeah. So I guess it originated with Snoop Dogg. Well, it was before this, but I guess this is one that really started getting heated.
Okay.
Snoop, he was naming his favorite rappers or whatever, best rappers of all time.
Yeah.
Name Eminem in his list. I think he just said something about white people shouldn't be in the game or something like that too. But that was like a different statement. I may be wrong on that part, so don't quote me on that. But he didn't list them. And then Eminem had like one of his songs. He said, "Hey Snoop Dogg, you used to be like a god to me. Oh wait, no, I just spelled dog backwards," or something like that. And that was like his kind of like little jab at Snoop Dogg.
Take that.
It's like, you were never a god, you were a dog. Haha. I don't know. It's not that good. But still, there's a little bit of a beef going on right now.
Okay.
Yeah. They're keeping it pretty civil right
now. How you gonna beef with a dude who smokes weed all day?
Yeah, exactly. No, I think, they used to be friends too. Right?
Yeah, of course.
So I think it's probably just, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe it's, people want to make something out of nothing sometimes, but maybe there is a bit of animosity there. You know what I mean? I could see it. I could see it for sure, because I could totally see that, Eminem thinking, hey, why wasn't I on that list? I thought we were good buddies.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Man's got opinions. Huge announcement coming down this week as well, with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship announcing their big year-end card in Knuckle Mania. Not making this up. Knuckle Mania. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship will be putting on their huge show February 5th. And it will be like kind of on Super Bowl weekend too. So it's gonna be the Friday of Super Bowl weekend. They're trying to get on that. And it's not a terrible card.
No, I saw the headline. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. Exactly. You obviously got Paige Van Zant making her debut. They were really pushing this. They're really pushing this one. Obviously, we already announced as Britain Hart will be who she's going to be taking on.
I don't think they've had a female MMA superstar that's achieved as much as Paige has in their organization yet. Because they had Beck, but she was never. I don't think she was at the level that Paige was. Like, didn't they fight before? I can't remember.
I think they have. Paige Van Zant she has a win over her.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
MMA.
And that was the former champ, right? So
exactly,
now they got someone who with a win. Granted, it's different because it's bare knuckle, not MMA. You can't kick. But I think Paige has pretty good boxing. I don't think it's worse than Beck Rawlings.
I think especially when it comes to a division, of a women's division that she's in, to one of the smaller women's divisions, you know what I mean? All you have to do is just go in there with more of a killer instinct attitude, really.
Yeah.
You just got to be the first one to hit the other person. Really, and that's what even of all levels of bare knuckle fighting is really that. You just really got to hit the person once.
Yeah, that's true. So I think Rose would do really good.
Oh, big time. Yeah, like Joanna, I think would be amazing in it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Absolutely. So, you know what I mean? But you are right, Kelly. You know what I mean? You're 100% right. Paige Van Zant's going to be headlining. You know what I mean? That's just insane. Paige Van Zant. You know what I mean? But obviously it's because of her social media following.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Notoriety.
And, yeah, exactly. Her notoriety. And it's, you know what I mean? She's not, you know what I mean, obviously helping that out with, releasing a bunch of nude photos of herself on Instagram recently too. You know what I mean? Obviously not nude, but naked. She's naked for sure and covering up the parts, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Obviously that's going to help out.
I took her off my Instagram like a long time ago when she stopped really being dedicated to UFC. Because I wasn't really interested in her side gigs.
Yeah, exactly.
If you could call them that.
Speaking of side gigs, I think that's why Beck Rawlings may not fight again. You know, her OnlyFans is apparently her number one moneymaker right now.
I'm sure. But the thing is like she has all those fans from fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
If she starts fighting, it's going to start to dwindle
that's
down
exactly it.
nothing, right?
That's exactly it. You know what I mean? You can only, you know what I mean? these people gotta be obviously hoping. I'm hoping these people are saving for the future.
Yeah.
Because this shit isn't gonna last forever. Your body ain't gonna hold up forever. That's all. It happens with fighting. It happens with modeling. Your body isn't gonna hold up forever. It's just the way it is. But good card going down too. We got in the co-main event is brutal Johnny Bedford, who's definitely one of the stars of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, against the in my opinion one of their biggest stars in Dat Nagoyan. This dude was made for bare knuckle fighting. If you even look at the picture on the poster, his eyes are all googly eyed, his nose is busted to shit. This dude was made for bare knuckle boxing, and I'm pretty sure he's undefeated in bare knuckle boxing right now too. And he's he's always really bringing it. He's just a tough dude you want to fight. And a special attraction is going to be Chris Lieben. The Crippler Lieben taking on Quentin Henry.
That'd be good.
At 205. So that's going to be very interesting. I'm actually excited to see this card go down. I mean, I'm definitely going to tune in for this one. And Knucklemania, who knows what else they're going to add to it. Could Chris Lieben win again? I think he's like on one hell of a roll when it comes to bare knuckle.
You know what's crazy? Because he was kind of a stockier, thicker built guy.
Yeah.
So when he went against taller guys like Anderson Silva, he had like a severe reach, like impediment, or a disadvantage.
Yeah.
I fucking it's funny how he's doing so well in bare knuckle, because he even like his grappling, his jiu-jitsu, they were really good, like really underrated. Like he showed that against what was his name, the Korean Zombie, I think.
Oh right? yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's like I am just surprised that he's doing so well in bare knuckle considering his stature.
Well, I think it goes back to, because he started as a street fighter. The Pacific Northwest has a really weird, like, street fighting, catch wrestling, underground feel to it, where I think street fighting is incredibly popular in Oregon and in Washington State for some weird reason. And I think he just comes from a long line of that, and I think that's where he got to start from. But if you look back to his victory over Vanderlei Silva, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's another one, a huge, quick knockout, and I just think that bare knuckle is just perfectly suited for his style. He has like I said, his street fighting style, his street fighting background, and he has like a few big, quick knockouts over dudes, who also had those styles as well. You know what I mean? The other street fighters he came up against, he usually beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Like Sexyama, he has a street fighter style. You know what I mean? And so it was, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for this card.
Lieben.
Even Britton Hart, she's not very good. Britton Hart is 4-4-3 as a pro boxer out of Virginia. Huh, interesting. Not very good. So Paige actually has a pretty good chance.
Yeah, but how many pro boxing fights has Paige had?
0. Yeah.
Exactly. It's kind of different. But at the same time, with smaller gloves, it's different again.
Yeah, exactly. To no gloves.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an interesting card. I honestly want to see what happens with Paige Van Zant too. So that's the half of it too. Sure, we've said a lot of shit. That she doesn't belong in this shit. But hey, let's see what happens. Time to put up or shut up. The last big piece of news here coming down for the 3 cards we're going to have in Abu Dhabi next week, Kelly, starting next week. It will be UFC 257 will have fans in the crowd.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so they will have fans. I'm sure that, Abu Dhabi had, and, Saudi Arabia and the, United Arab Emirates. I'm sure they have probably low cases now, They probably just closed the borders and that was it. Done and done, really. But it's going to be interesting. UFC 257 will have fans in it. Let's just, we've broken down every card from this kind of this fight week here, Kelly, and let's break down this one as the diamond, the jewel on the crown, the main jewel on the crown here. UFC 257, Conor McGregor taking on Dustin Poirier for the second time here. We have the co-main event will be Michael Chandler versus Dan Hooker. So we'll see those dudes go at it as well. Finally the debut of Michael Chandler. Hopefully you see this bum lose. Sarah McCann taking on the Venezuelan vixen and Juliana Pena. coming off her choke out loss, her last fight. Marina Rodriguez taking on Amanda Ribas as well. That should actually be a really good one too. Amanda Ribas, beating Paige Van Zant was her last win. Basically a super beatdown over Paige Van Zant. I think with this win, Amanda Ribas will definitely be challenging for the belt. Brad Tavares taking on Antonio Carlos Jr. Two veterans at 185. Let's see what happens with that one. Jessica I taking on Joanne Calderwood. I think this fight is going to be the fight of the loser gets their walking papers. 3 women's fight in the top tier, Kelly. It's kind of interesting.
Nice.
Nick Lentz taking on Mosvar Evolov. Nazrat Hasparaf taking Arman Tukarian. And what else do we have? Andrew Sanchez. He tested positive recently. His fight got moved up. Matt Frivola is also on this one. Against Autumn and Azatar. Oh, shit. Mark your fucking calendars for that one. That is going to be a crazy fight. Definitely going to want to watch the undercard for that one. Mark my words. Autumn Azatar versus Matt Frivola is going to be the fight of the night. And we see the return of Khalil Roundtree coming, saying he was retiring and now coming back. Let's see how that one goes down. So this one is super stacked. I cannot wait. Hope no one tests positive or tests, for COVID or drugs, and everyone has a good weight cut for this one, because this card is going to be obviously the fight of the year so far. Going down January 23rd. Can't wait. 2 weeks from now.
What I think is weird?
Yeah, what's weird?
Like, the UFC always says, not necessarily the UFC, but people who work in the UFC. I've heard before them say, Conor will never fight GSP because GSP is too big, or Conor will never fight this person because this person's too big. But they're talking about Khabib fighting GSP all the time.
Yeah.
They're both 155, right? I don't get it.
Absolutely.
I think they're the same height, too, Khabib and Conor.
And Conor has fought at 170 many times before, too.
Yeah, but he's never fought a true 170. Yeah. Donald Cerrone was 155.
Nate Diaz also 155. Exactly. Yeah, these are the dudes who've gone up to, they've gone up to 170 for 155, where, GSP would never. What's that?
Just make Conor look better.
Yeah, of course. Exactly.
GSP was that was his weight.
Yeah, exactly. 170 was his weight, exactly. Where he went up to 185. Conor couldn't go up to 185.
So I just think it's so weird that Dana would be so willing to make that fight, but he would never put Conor on the table against even he was talking about before it was George Masvidal. He's like,
Masvidal,
Masvidal. Yeah, he's like, he's too tall, he's too big. It's where can Khabib fight? I don't understand that at all.
And Masvidal also was a guy who fought at 155 too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I remember that Dana was like, no way in hell after that knockout of, Askren.
Yeah.
Masvidal came out with the last second notice and didn't look terrible against Usman, but he didn't look great. He's probably looked the best out of anyone's ever who has fought Usman. That's not saying much though. Yeah. Really, he still lost handily. No shadow of a doubt that he did lose that fight.
They just can't keep talking about Khabib versus GSP if they're going to keep saying Conor's too small to fight a true 170.
I agree. Yeah, I know. I agree. Absolutely. Absolutely. It was, they didn't look all that different when they fought. Khabib's not a gigantic 155. He's a big 155, but he's not gigantic 155 by any means.
I think Conor was a huge 145.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think 155 is his good weight class.
I think that's what's interesting about the Poirier, fight against Conor right now. Is obviously that is now that's a 155, not 145 was the one before. What was weird is that they had that comparison picture on I think it was MMA Mania or something like that.
Yeah.
And so they had him throughout the year since they had fought their first fight, and actually Poirier had a tattoo removed.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean? Where you see most of the time dudes have tattoos added.
Yeah.
Poirier actually had a tattoo removed on his stomach, and I don't remember it. I don't remember. It was kind of funny.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of funny.
That's the thing. If you're gonna get a tattoo, save up a lot of money. Don't try to call around and get the best deal.
No, that's not something you want. That's not something you want the cheapest price on.
It's it's gonna be on you forever unless you remove it, which is even more painful than getting it. And it's gonna be super expensive. So you're gonna end up paying all that money anyways. if you're gonna get a tattoo, like, yeah, just pay. Like, if you find a good artist and pay whatever it's worth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Of course. It's just one of those things. Absolutely.
I don't know if that was the case, but
that's the reason why I don't have one.
I'd get more if I had more money.
Yeah, no, it's hard to pick what you want. You know what I mean? Exactly that. Something that's going to be on you forever. I think you just got to get past that mental thing. When it comes to that. And exactly that. You want to have put down the dough for a good artist and put down the dough for something that's going to look good forever too, right? Moving right along. What about you, Kelly? How you get into any workout news you had to talk about this week, man? Any benchmarks you hit?
Yeah, so I'm kind of out of my funk.
Nice.
Last week I was talking about my funk. You know what I noticed? Like, I was out of vitamin D for a while. I got more vitamin D, and I just started like supercharging with like just taking tons of it. And the actual vitamin D, I've been taking tons of it, and I feel better. Like, it's giving me way more energy.
Nice.
I think that might have been the case. Like, I just might have been a little bit vitamin D deficient.
Yeah, no, I could see it. We've had a lot of rain and cloud recently too.
Yeah, so my energy levels is back up. I'm able to push the weight that I want, and I've actually moved up on my bench press and my squat. So,
wow, nice. So what are you pushing now?
For which the bench?
Yeah.
Like 205. I can do that about 4 times now. And then for my squat, I was able to do 200 pounds on a front squat, but I only did it once. But still, 200 pounds on a front squat, pretty hard.
Yeah, what's the difference from a front squat to like a normal squat?
Okay, so a front squat, you're putting the bar across the front of you.
Okay.
And you're kind of like holding it with your arms.
Okay, cool. I've seen that, yeah.
So when it's on your back, it's easier to stand up because you can kind of move your body to a position where it's easier. And that's actually the key to not do, because you don't want to make it easier, but you're able to lift more weight.
Yeah.
With the front squat, you have to stabilize a little bit more, and because of the position of the weight, it's harder to lift up.
Of course, so yeah, absolutely, because you're almost leaning back a little bit too, just to keep it steady. I did not know that.
Yeah, so people usually do about 85% of what they can do on a back squat on a front squat.
Okay.
So yeah, I was able to do that. I think it was just vitamin D deficient, man. And I started taking more vitamin C as well. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I just thought, it's winter, so might as well.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think it is time to do it. Exactly. It's we're not getting it from going outside and being in the sunlight and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
More indoor activities.
So I think one of the keys too is even when I was in my funk, I was still working out.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I skipped workouts, I probably wouldn't have been able to improve my weight now that I am feeling better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you start to atrophy a little bit pretty quickly once you stop doing something.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So.
And then the excuses just now really start piling up, and then it's like obviously you're not doing the goals you want. You're declining. You know what I mean? And then excuses really start coming up. Exactly. But like you said, man, just kept at it, did the workouts even if you wasn't there, but now you're past the point.
Yeah.
And you still have the strength before, and you now you're getting the mental goal that you push past, and you're hitting your goal again. That's great for you. Good for you, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's super awesome.
It's much different lifting in your late 30s than it is in your early 20s, man. Like a year of lifting in my early 20s.
That is an understatement of the year.
I was able to put up so much more weight. Like I was benching, I think it was like 235, something like that, 225, pretty easily for like 10 reps. And now it's like 200 is pretty hard. It's a struggle.
Oh, for sure, man. Absolutely. I feel the same way. Where still get it up there, but it's like you're feeling it more in your bones.
Oh, yeah, you're feeling it everywhere. Your tendons, your bones, things that like inflame once you're done.
And then some.
Yeah.
I always send you those funny workout video fails. I always find those hilarious. It's always, those are always just fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Just because there's a whole code obviously when you go to the gym. At least I mean. I think that's the reason why I never worked out. I could never stand going to the gym. I went like once or twice, like a buddy or something like that. I could just not stand the gym.
Know what
I'd rather have if I had a home gym that'd be different. But the going to the gym, ugh.
Yeah, I love having a home gym. But when I was in my 20s, what I liked was I lived next to a rec center.
Oh yeah.
And it had a decent sized gym attached to it. Like it was pretty big, way bigger than it needed to be for the size of the city at that time. And I'd go in there to maybe be like 5 or 6 people, and there'd be like so many free machines, free weights, sweet. Everything. And I'd be able to get like a whole workout in and go home. And I was doing that for years. But then, like, I think, like, 3-4 years in, like, it just started getting more and more crowded to the point where, like, I didn't want to go either.
Yeah.
Like, in between sets, people like, hey, can I get in there too? And it's like, man, I just want to, like,
Yeah, do your thing, get in your groove. I don't want to
keep switching the weights on and off and all that shit. So it's just like, yeah, I hated that. But I think more and more people are getting home gyms too, just because of the whole COVID thing. And they realize that gyms can be shut down like that.
Oh, of course.
Really, all you need to get started is you need a racking system that can do bench press and squats. Because deadlifts, all you need is the Olympic bar and some weights. That's all you need for a deadlift, right? But for like bench press and squat, you're going to need some sort of racking system.
Yep.
You can get them pretty cheap. They do get really expensive as well. But you could probably start setting that up for like $400 or $500 with the Olympic bar and the rack. Weights on top of that, they usually sell that between $1 to $2 per pound, so it can get really, really expensive.
Of course.
Back when I got all my weights, though, I was able to buy them from the Amazon on the US, and I shipped it to like a US address that was right at the border, like how you can get those mailboxes. And I got like 500 pounds of weights, and I paid like I think it was like $250, $300 American for it. And then I just put it in my car, and I went up to the border, and they're like, what do you got in the car? I'm like, just weights. And they're like, why? It's probably not worth anything, right? Just weighed me on, didn't pay any duties or anything. So I got a shit ton of weights for a really, really good price.
Nice.
It's going to be more expensive now, but you don't need a ton of weights to start because you're not going to be pushing a lot anyways. You can always like upgrade as you get bigger, stuff like that. But there are also other systems that you can use, like band systems that you can get from Amazon.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, good call.
And those systems, they're really good too. They're gonna do the same thing as all these weights, is because it's resistance training, right? So resistance training is whether it's weights or bands, it's gonna get you bigger. And they all say like how much weight. Yeah, kind of are. Like one band will say 75 pounds, so it has like 75 pounds of resistance, basically.
Exactly.
Right? So if you can't afford like the big gym setup, those are even better because you can like put them under your bed, take them out, and like I said, like you can get like pretty heavy duty cables that are like 100 pounds, like 150-pound cables too. And hook those up to like different systems. I highly recommend those.
Yeah, especially if you have the workbench too. You know what I mean? Then you could use the bands of that and bench press. You know what I mean? Everything.
Huh. And, yeah, like they do everything. So, yeah, awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's my workout
nice.
Advice of the week, I guess.
I like it, man. I like it. You know what I mean? It's always super informative. Like learned about what a front squat was. Never knew that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's like all these different workouts that you can do because what happens is if you do the same workouts over and over and over, sometimes your body kind of gets like into a plateau stage or a stage where it's like you're not really growing because you're not stimulating your muscles as much as you used to be, right? So if you can do little subtle differences in a workout, sometimes it stimulates the muscle to grow again.
Absolutely. Insert sexual joke here and there and everywhere.
Vitamin D. Can't get enough.
Oh shit. Let's switch it up a little bit this week here. We're gonna just go for a break here, and we'll come back with reviewing the reviews here right after these brief messages.
Are you looking to get swole? Try out weight-resistant elastic bands.
Oh, yeah.
Use it for your arms, your legs, your buys, tries, even use it on your head.
Get pumped.
Use it for sexual purposes, too. We don't care.
Wink.
Do not tie it around your penis.
Get swole! The Macho Band system today.
Derek Lewis here. Just to remind you, I still sell my chocolate salty balls. These balls are hot. Get them now.
Available in 7-Elevens from coast to coast. And while you're at it, why don't you buy 1,000 lottery tickets, you son of a bitch? And be sure with your winnings you buy some Derek Lewis hot balls. When you're getting a workout on and sweating up a storm, be sure to rehydrate with some high quality H2O. To switch things up when it's really hot in the gym, try Slurpee water. It's just cold Slurpee, flavorless and delicious. Get one today. Welcome back, folks. Hope you enjoyed our commercials and go grab yourself a cold tall water on the house. Tap water, that is.
So to keep
How's it going, Kelly? No, that was amazing. No, I love that, man. That was the funniest thing ever. You're awesome. Oh boy. Moving right along here. Kelly's shenanigans out of the way here. Back by popular demand. Reviewing the reviews. Going as far east as we can physically go in Canada. With the exception of Greenland. But no one wants Greenland, and there's definitely not Tim Hortons there. We're going with the Tim Hortons in St. John's, Newfoundland. Newfoundland. However the hell you pronounce it.
They talk a little differently.
They definitely talk different over there. The thing that's weird about Newfoundland is the crime. You wouldn't realize it, but it is a crime-ridden shithole over there. Yeah, there's no work. There's no work. Yeah, so everyone just steals.
Kind of like Port Alberni.
And inbreeding is very popular over there as well. So you mix the two and two together.
Wow.
Yeah, stabbings. A lot of bad stabbings.
Stabbing each other's sisters and brothers, I guess.
Pretty much, yeah.
Inbreeding.
Very weird place.
Domestic abuse capital of Canada.
Once again, another nice place in the summertime. Wintertime, you've gone the wrong way if you've made it. You forgot to make your turn. If you've made it to Newfoundland, you've missed your turn at any fucking where else.
It started snowing. You're trapped here with us.
But I digress here. This one here has actually got quite a lot of reviews for a smaller place. 495 reviews, a perfect 4-star rating.
Wow.
Here for this one, so kind of weird. The tags are drive-through is the biggest tag, donuts, and parking. This is a weird one I've never seen before. Walk. 4 people tagged walk. Interesting. I've never seen that before.
I had to walk inside because the drive-through was full and there was no parking, so I parked down the street.
I can tell the level of these people because the reviews are just like a few words and just a small sentence. You know what I mean? This one here,
too cold, man.
It's just too cold.
Too cold to have a conversation.
50 reviews and 69 photos, 5 stars a year ago. My favorite coffee shop. You will find a Tim Hortons everywhere in Canada. What a weird fucking review.
I mean, I guess it's both true.
Give this person, whoever knows this person, seriously, like, give them help. They need it. This person's got mental issues. Busiest in town, as somebody else says here. Great ice caps. It's just so weird. All these are just one word. Always good service and coffee. That's it. That's all these people got.
Huh? Did they get like discounts for leaving reviews? So like, does it matter how many words I leave? It's like, no. It's like great ice.
Great. No, exactly. That's you can use more words here. There was a newbie review and it was 1 star, but it's incredibly racist. I don't know how it hasn't been removed yet. I can't read that one. It's terrible, and it doesn't surprise me for a shithole of a province or you know what I mean, an island, where the fuck you want to call this shithole. Another one, fast service, very clean. Like what?
Who would remove the review? Would it be Google? Because I doubt the actual fucking business could remove it.
You would have to report it. Somebody would have to click on it and say and give it a bat and report it, and then somebody has to read it, right? Okay. And if they deem it, I've seen it happen before.
Report that shit.
Yeah, of course. But this one here, Kelly. I got a really weird one. This is what we're looking for here. LG 74 reviews, 150 photos, 5 stars a year ago. But it's not what you may seem here. I mean, it's a Tim Hortons. It's great, except for the fact that the new Oreo pocket things taste like actual cardboard. Oreo pocket things?
I think someone served you Oreo pocket cardboard, sir.
Like as if they took 100% organic cardboard extract straight from the paper mill and infused it directly into the pastry. Other than that, it's a Tim Hortons. It's great. But for real, fast service, hot food, every time. 5 stars.
Oreo pastry.
I know. Pocket thing. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
That's an issue with ordering fucking pastries from a donut shop that can't even get donuts right or coffee. You're ordering a pastry with fucking Oreos in it? The fuck?
I know. And an Oreo one too. It's always the Oreo ones are super fake everything in it too. You know what I mean? So like, of course it's gonna taste like cardboard. Have you ever had an Oreo cookie? They're not bursting with flavor. You know what I mean?
And how stoned is the people at fucking Tim Hortons thinking of this shit?
Oh, Oreo on everything. But I think there's another case. The dude was so high off of shooting up meth in the parking lot that he was like eating cardboard boxes of Oreo cookies.
Yeah, that's what I thought, man.
Like, this stuff tastes like cardboard. Oreo cardboard box.
It's just like the image of the
Oreo. I know. So weird. Here we go. Here's a newbie review here. HL1 review. 1 star 11 months ago. The new podcast newbie review. The workers here are useless on a good day. They have no problem charging you for all the stuff you order, but can't get your order right to save their lives. Clown Nation. Clown Nation at the end. Interesting.
That'd be a good motto for Tim Hortons.
That's not bad. No, that's what it was an interesting choice of words there. Good only review. You're inventing your own thing. Clown Nation.
Welcome to Tim Hortons. Clown Nation. All you clowns can get your fucking coffee tea.
Accurate though, even though everyone's saying it's amazing, Kelly, this one here was actually a bad review. Coffee tea is right though. Let's see if we can find. Here's someone saying they ordered from Skip the Dishes. Weird, because that's kind of weird. It's like almost like two of these two people have like this almost the same background. Or maybe that's just a Newfoundland thing. See, they're both these two.
Oh man, yeah,
they're almost identical. One is like a sunset, and one is like the sunrise, almost at the exact same spot. Very weird. Newfies. There's a perfect one. DB 2 reviews, 3 stars a year ago. I love-hate relationship with this place. Every time I go there, I usually ask for a caramel iced coffee with milk. That's your problem right there. That's your problem right there. You aren't ordering coffee and they ain't going to get it right. They almost always forget to add the caramel. I've gotten into a habit of asking for the extra caramel, but they still don't get the idea. They must not read the screen when they make them or something. The staff is usually friendly, though. I'll give them that. They fucked my shit up, but they're nice about it.
How many fucking caramel coffees does this guy eat?
I know.
Or drink, rather. It's like, man, is your whole diet treats?
I know, exactly. Like that's just too sweet for me. Exactly. Yeah. Especially every time, too.
I only like coffee if there's tons of caramel in it.
Weird.
That's so weird. Oh, man. Go to Tim Hortons. Oh, not Tim Hortons. So go to Starbucks. They fucking put sauce and everything. Chucking chocolate sauce, vanilla sauce, fucking mint, whatever.
2 pumps of this, 2 pumps of that.
That's what their coffee is. It's like half sauce, a little bit of burnt fucking coffee beans.
Pretty much. I go there to pick up stuff for my wife all the time, but I'm not a Starbucks guy. It just doesn't, I'm not really a coffee guy to begin with, so I'm the last guy to ask. But man, is that place ever jam fucking packed every time I go in there. Maybe we'll do a Starbucks next time, because this is it for our coast to coast to coast. The end of it, man. And nothing really crazy on this one here, but let's read this last one here. I think this is one of the dudes who added one of the tags here. DE 5 reviews, 2 stars a year ago. If you're Canadian, make an appearance. If you like coffee that's not bottom of the pot, someone else's order, or if you want coffee that just tastes like coffee, go to McCafe. Otherwise, it's the same as the other 3 walking distance. Hilarious.
Wow, it's like the last review, and it's so true.
It was the most true of exactly the most. That's what I'm saying. What a great review to end this segment on, especially our Tim Hortons. It was absolute spot on, and he gave him 2 stars too. That's why I like to. He didn't give him 1 star. It wasn't like Auschwitz or something like that. It was just like a 2-star bad review on a shithole here.
So you'll get coffee. It just might not be the one you wanted.
Exactly. I know exactly, but to even say that, you definitely, you know what I mean? But in the beginning to say something so weird as make an appearance. But it's kind of true as well. You still, no matter how much we've hated Tim Hortons, Kelly, I still go to it every once in a while. You know what I mean? Still to be disappointed and to get terrible, terrible Timbits or something like that. Oh, well done. Well done, man. I think, we'll go somewhere else. If you're listening out there, hit us up on Twitter. What place should we do next? Going free for all again here. Let's open up the boards here. Hit us up on Twitter @AndNewPodcast. What place should we review next? Can't wait to see what's out there. And then the world's open again. We did that was 13 weeks, Kelly. 13 episodes of Tim Hortons in Canada. Did it. Alrighty, let's talk some motherfucking video games. As you would have imagined, I played a ton of Stardew Valley this week as well. I didn't get to play a whole lot of video games, but my time was taken up by Stardew Valley. I wasn't going to give up on it. I was going to move to a new game. And kind of give more of my time to, because I know if I jump into another game, especially an RPG, I'm gonna have to devote more time to. And especially the last thing you want to do, Kelly, is you jump into a new game, you play through the whole introductory, play a little bit of the first level, and then you go back to your other game. So then when you jump back in that game, you're like, oh great, what were the buttons again? You know what I mean? How to do a combo, shit like that. You know what I mean? So I'm stuck with Stardew Valley. I wanted to finish it off. I'm into winter. I just want to do winter and spring, and then I'm going to be done. But I hit the 2 goals that I really needed to open up the new place. Bought all the buildings. I bought every building you can buy. I was hoping you can get some kind of an Xbox achievement or something like that through it. No achievement. So whatever. So I'm waiting for the rare crow, basically, and I'm waiting in the springtime that comes up. There's only this one festival, and then I was waiting for to get a dinosaur egg and or waiting to catch a sturgeon. Well, I caught a sturgeon because it was winter. As soon as winter rolled around, caught a sturgeon right away. Threw him into my fish pond so I can get the caviar, so I can open up the movie theater. The other thing I needed was the dinosaur egg. Man, I was super hunting for the dinosaur egg, and the only place you could find it is in the skull caves when it was super hard and tough. Got the fucking dinosaur egg, Kelly. Nice. Couldn't believe it. Put the dinosaur egg in the incubator. It was a super crazy level too. It was a super hard fight too. So I get the dinosaur egg, and then all these purple slimes started attacking me. I killed the shit out of the purple slimes. They dropped a bunch of iridium, but I was already full, so I had to drop some shit. All of a sudden, boom! I'm getting attacked by these flying snake shit. So I was fighting my way out, and I was like, oh shit, should I run for it? And I was like, no, I can do it. So I fought my way out, and I killed a few of them, and then 2 more hit me. I'm out of here. I just booked it. I was like, I can't risk dying right now with this dinosaur egg. So I get out of there, go put it in. It took a while too. It took 7 days for it to hatch. Put it in the incubator. It took 7 days to hatch, and And once I got my dinosaur. He hasn't dropped any eggs yet because I don't only have to get a dinosaur egg, I have to make dinosaur mayonnaise. So I have to get a dinosaur egg, have that dinosaur egg. Like I could have thrown just the egg into the mayonnaise, but then I wouldn't have my own dinosaur. Like that's just ridiculous. So once my dinosaur lays an egg, I can throw that into the mayonnaise machine, make dinosaur mayonnaise, and then use it towards the old Joja shop and turn it into a movie theater. Because the movie theater is supposed to be pretty cool. So I think that'd be a huge achievement as well. Another achievement that they've given me now too, Kelly, is that I can build a house for one of the residents too. So I can build a house for one of the residents. It's a girl. She lives in like a trailer in the game, and it costs $500,000 though in order to do it, and like a ton of wood and shit. So,
what is this, Vancouver?
So exactly, you know what I mean. So that's a ton of money. I almost have like 200,000, but I don't think I'm gonna make it. Because I could have more. I just I stopped planting crops. I have tons of hay for my animals. You know what I mean. I got all the kind of the cool animals I want. Obviously, got one of each. I really have, my greenhouse is making a ton of money, and I'm making a ton of money off my animals. Really, because I picked later on when you get to a certain level, you can either pick so your the produce from your animals cost more, or the vegetables you make cost more. And I picked the animals one, and I was kind of regretting the decision at the time, Kelly. But now I'm actually thinking, okay, because this is way easier decision because I can get these things. They cost a lot of money too. They're like $25,000, but it's an auto grabber. So just like if I have it with my other animals, it automatically milks them. It automatically cuts the wool on them too. And I just have to go to this one station and I collect it all. So it saved time. I got the money to burn, so it doesn't matter. So I have that in my chicken coop as well, and so I can't wait for to start to have the dinosaur and make more dinosaurs and have dinosaur eggs. It's kind of interesting. I got my second kid. My wife gave birth to the second kid. Now I got a rare achievement, actually, a Xbox rare achievement for having the second kid. So that was pretty cool. My one kid's like running around the house and stuff, so it's pretty funny that way. And then obviously the newborn's just still in bed.
What a lazy cunt.
I know. You're on a farm, kid. Kid farming. But it's interesting. But what was really, really weird, man, is this. I had to collect these certain things for this witch's hut. I remember last week I talked about finding this witch's hut, right? And there's these 3 different things I can do at the witch's hut. And I didn't really read them thoroughly when I first read them, Kelly, because I have this strange bun and a pristine gem. I have these 2 things. The other one you usually have to pay money for it. At the witch's hut, $30,000, which is nothing for me right now. But I didn't read them properly, so I go back to the witch's hut because I had this strange bun. I bought the strange bun from this crazy caravan dude. I go there, and the one thing is to make it so your children disappear. That's the one. Your children turn into doves and fly away.
Wow.
I know! This game is dark as shit. And so I was like, what the fuck? So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that. The other one for the pristine gem makes it so enemies attack my house. Like the shit you find in the caves comes up and will attack your house and shit. So I thought like, that could be interesting and fun, but I'm not doing that right now. Yeah. And then the third one is you pay the $30,000 to have all memory of your spouse removed. So I think they're basically, if you get a divorce, because I think if you just ignore your wife for a long time, she'll want to get a divorce.
Yeah. And
you can have her removed from your memory, but I think that means they remove her from the game.
Yeah,
they kill her.
Yeah.
So I thought, man, what a weird part of this fucking game. But it kind of just shows, like I said, the details in this crazy ass fucking game. So super close now. I have a purpose to play now too, since I was super pissed off with the sturgeon shit and not having that dinosaur egg. Getting that dinosaur egg, it really has the wheels in motion now, and because I really want to see, now I'm playing again. Now I have that fix again of the next day, right? Because I want to get that dinosaur egg and have my dinosaur, grow up. It's going to be super, super cool, and really loving the game still. And I hope, like I said, it's on my way out. What game do I play next? All tough to say. Gang Beasts I played a little bit of too with my kids this weekend here. I've had the really cool thing I got to mention about this game is once again, if get it if it's on sale. That's all I got to say about this game. Get it if it's on sale, and if you like to play with your family for Xbox or PlayStation or PC, whatever game you play, it's super, super fun for that. It's a good half hour of fun, honestly. But they've upgraded everything. Kelly, on it. They've upgraded all the physics. All the maps have been re-rendered basically and changed up. All the physics of the maps have been changed, and they have added a whack load of more cool stuff too, with your characters and that type of thing, and just really how you fight now. I think fighting's a little bit easier. I'm finding it's a bit more fluid with your fighting. But they added a level. And one of the really cool things is this Ferris wheel level, they call wheel now. Like they've updated like all the backgrounds, all the load screens have changed too. But the Ferris wheel level, I think, is like one of my most favorite levels now. The Ferris wheel, because the Ferris wheel just starts before, only when the timer started going low would the Ferris wheel start going fast and go crazy. Now the Ferris wheel starts going crazy pretty quick, and it's a lot of fun holding onto the Ferris wheel, but the actual dock itself you can go on, and the dock breaks away really in different chunks. It's almost like kind of like Lego pieces almost. It like breaks away, like kind of like chunks and sections. So that's a nice touch, but the one level they added is like an aquarium, and it's on a really cool ramp, Kelly, that kind of swirls around. So it's almost kind of like a semicircle place. So it has one flat end and the other end's rounded. It has the ramp that goes from the bottom floor to the top floor. And in this aquarium, it has this massive tank right in the middle. And there's, obviously normal tank stuff around you, like, aquarium stuff. And what's in that massive tank in the middle is a gigantic octopus. And these huge octopus tentacles come out like real slow, and then they sweep around and do different things. But obviously, if the tentacle touches you, it's going to grab you, and the fucking guy, he'll just drag you down. It is incredibly fun. You know what I mean? Because you can just sacrifice people and throw them into the tentacles and stuff like that. It is an amazing level. That wheel and that level and the wheel level, we did like a whole round, like just of the one level. Usually we randomize everything, and they made the elevator level a lot better with the glass, so they really upgraded everything. Really, really fun game. It was definitely worth the sale price I paid for it, and I really, me and my kids, we were pissing ourselves laughing again playing it with all the new stuff, even playing with one single level, and it was just a lot of fun. Played a little Mario Kart this week as well. Super fun game still. But I downloaded a game, Kelly. It was only $10. It's an older game too. It doesn't have the best of reviews. But I figured, what the hell not? It's a game where you can play with your whole family as well. That's why, these little cheap games, $10 on Xbox, 99 Vitas. Kind of like a simple Final Fight side-scrolling game, a little bit like River City Ransom, made by like a Brazilian company, and it came out even on PlayStation 3. Like, this game isn't new, and it came out on PlayStation Vita as well. You know what I mean? So it's on Xbox now. And it's not terrible, I haven't really played, just played a little bit of it. I think it actually looked for $10. I think it's actually going to be a decent game to play, to tell you the truth. And like I said, it's 4-player, just side scroll and beat them up. Can't go wrong with those games.
Streets of Rage,
basically, yeah, Brazilian style. But how about you, man? What games you get up to?
Apex Legends, same as always.
Nice.
They have the Fight Night. I don't know, whatever they call it, companion or compilation or whatever they call it, Fight Night something. Anyways, there's a whole bunch of new skins. Some of them are decent, like the Watson one was pretty decent. It's like a Green Beret type thing. She's like French, right?
Okay.
So it kind of works. Yeah, they have some cool ones. It's not much to talk about there though. But they have different game modes right now, and one of them. Basically, whenever the circle shrinks, they have these care packages fall, and they're different tiers every time it shrinks. So the first one, it'll just be like a whole bunch of like blue tiered weapons, like 305s, like shotguns, stuff like that. Next one will just be all purple. Next one will be like gold when it finally shrinks in. So it's kind of cool because you don't really need to loot too much once you get to these things, because it's full of ammo too, right? So you're never really like left without weapons as long as you can get to them. If you're scared of actually going to the spot where they land, you're probably going to get killed pretty quickly because everyone's going to be geared up pretty fast. But luckily I haven't run into any teams that are afraid to get shot.
It's obviously going to be like a Hunger Games free-for-all, basically.
Yeah. I've actually been getting better teams playing that mode than I have playing ranked for some reason. I think everybody's kind of like just wanting to play it for fun and not too worried about getting killed. While they're playing that mode, so maybe that's why.
Cool.
But still, yeah, I'm getting a lot better teams. It's pretty cool. I
like it though?
Yeah, I wish I'd keep it actually. Like,
nice.
They're definitely gonna get rid of it because they have like different modes like all the time. Like the whole continuously shrinking ring was pretty cool, stuff like that. But
that would be an insane one. So it just shrinks down the entire time.
Yeah,
holy
the entire time it's just getting smaller and smaller, forcing people.
Holy shit!
So that was a cool one too. I wish they kept that. Man, it'd be so cool if like in the future they had us have like a select game mode. But I think that would fraction the community too much, and maybe there wouldn't be enough people playing.
I bet you're right. Yeah,
and that's probably why they do it. But it'd be cool if they maybe kept like 2 of the most popular, something like that. Just like something for the people. But then again, like we talked about before, if they take it away, the community is gonna get angry. So it's hard to give the community stuff when they get so pissed off when you take it away.
Of course, like you said though, you know what I mean. You can't give it to them and then take it away, right? Exactly.
Yeah. So if they
decide in your top 5, top 3 game modes.
Oh man, what are my top?
I know what I'm saying. Is that in your top 5 or top 3?
Oh, sorry. Is it? I would say that's in my top 3 for sure.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, well, as long as you're not like including actual ranked.
Of course, yeah. No, just like opposite game. Yeah, exactly.
So I'd say like the closing ring.
Nice.
This one where it's like care packages every time the ring shrinks is pretty good. What else is really good? It's a good question, man, for top 3.
Still, you know, the ever closing ring. That sounds amazing. That sounds insane.
Yeah. Sometimes they like just have modes where it's like they don't include certain weapons.
Oh, okay.
Like that, or like you have to level up your shield.
Interesting.
Like there's no other way to get a better shield. I actually like that one. Where you have to earn your shield.
Yeah. Yeah, you've talked about that one before. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably my top 3. Those would probably be my top 3 there.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah. Other than that, there's not too much to talk about. They'll probably have a new game mode next week. Because usually the whole like when they have an events thing, it lasts all month,
right?
So it's probably gonna be like a new one every week. So yeah, this week is probably one of my favorites.
Cool. Well, that's nice. That's a good change, right? You know what I mean? When do you think the new season's gonna come?
New season? I think that one's still in like 25 days or something like that. So
okay.
They'll probably have like two different events or whatever.
Nice.
2 or 3 different events, and then it'll be into the new season.
And you get to any other games?
No, just Apex.
Nice.
Oh yeah, so I turned up the sensitivity on my controller.
Okay.
So I can spin super fast now.
Yeah.
And I'm playing way more aggressive with it instead of like standing back like I used to and just like kind of like shooting people from a distance. And I've been using like a shotgun assault rifle mix. I've been doing really good, man.
Really?
Because I can spin so fast now. I don't know what it is. Like before, took me a while to turn. Now I don't know why it improved it so much, my gameplay, but especially in like close combat.
When, I bet.
Like jumping around, I can just like I just move with them.
Huh? What an interesting concept. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I turned the sensitivity like way up, and it works beautifully.
That's a great plan for close combat, huh? Never even thought of that. Is it both axes? It just like has one thing, just the whole everything is super up.
Yeah, like just like moving and like looking around. Basically.
Right.
Like, well, like your movement isn't faster, but just looking around while moving is a lot faster.
Huh? Interesting.
I can spin around super fast. Yeah.
Interesting.
Like I think some people keep it down just because it makes it harder to aim for some people, but for me it's like it's perfect, man. The way I play. Because even like if I'm in close combat with an assault rifle, I'm not gonna aim it. I'm just gonna hip fire, and I've killed so many people with like a hemlock hip firing, right?
I bet.
So yeah, it
like I said, you don't need a half aim basically. You're hip firing.
Yeah, exactly. Or with the what's it called, the massive too. That shotgun is fucking brutal. If you shoot someone like 2-3 times, they're dead.
Yeah, no, you talk about that one all the time. That sounds like an awesome shotgun.
Yeah, especially with a mag on it. And well, they don't call it mag. What do you call it? There's an attachment. Fuck, I forget what it's called for the thing. And it's just like it makes it reload a lot faster. So if you get like a purple one, like you just keep like shooting it over and over.
Crazy.
It's like, basically, but it's like super powerful. So yeah, it's a good
cool
gun.
Kind of look out for it next time you're playing.
Must've. Yeah, I think the 305 and the Hemlock are probably best guns still right now. They haven't nerfed them or anything.
Nice.
So it depends on what you want.
And you like those ones too, right?
Yeah, it depends whether you want to go light or heavy. And also they have a fucking energy gun. I forget what it's called, but you can put like every single attachment on it. It's kind of like the energy gun equivalent to the Hemlock or the 305.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe even like Flatline, but I don't like it as much unless you're in close combat. Like it has to be like not even like super close combat. It has to be a certain range for that gun to like work perfectly. I don't know what it is about the programming.
Huh.
But it has to be at a certain distance, and I don't like that using that gun so much anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but whatever. It's just an energy gun.
Weird.
So yeah, that's
they're like I said, they're always changing stats though, right?
Yeah, so that's my Apex update.
Nice. The shitty news about video games this week is the fucking rumor is the systems will not be available until April at the earliest. And that's the very earliest will the new wave of systems be ready. I guess the big problem is, Kelly, is that each system has so many processors, 8 of these processors, both the PlayStation and the Xbox, and they both are using the same processors. That they're just straight up not enough people making these things because each system takes 8. You know what I mean? So and both systems use the same fucking thing. What the hell are they gonna do with this shit? You know, if they're not saying April, so it's going to be available April for all the bots to buy.
Yeah.
The market is going to be so starving by that time that anything that comes out is going to be worse than the rollout. You know, I know a dude who pre-ordered, Kelly. He just got it the other day.
Those ones are going to be better too. I bet you anything they're going to rush these processors. They're going to be issues.
Oh, big time.
People are going to have their Xbox or PlayStation dying after
just
like
straight
6
falling
months.
apart.
Yeah.
Because they weren't screwed together properly.
No, you definitely don't want it like a rushed console.
And I think that's it. I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on a laptop or a fucking computer.
My friends list keeps getting bigger and bigger. I swear, man. On PC, it's funny because like I see people popping up that used to just be on Xbox. Now they're like on Steam.
Exactly. It's you force my hand. Xbox, Microsoft, they don't care. I'm still obviously going to download, play with my Xbox profile on PC.
Yeah.
Just very, very sad day. Like I'm gonna be lucky if I'm gonna have it by next Christmas. You know what I mean? It's not like that big of a deal, but I just want to kind of get my, I want to play Cyberpunk.
Yeah. And by that time it's gonna be Euro technology too. It's not even gonna be like new.
Exactly. The shine will be gone on it. I know the fact that the problem is with the with the new PCs too. They have having their graphics cards. I'll probably have to get it'll probably be an older PC because the new graphics cards just aren't available as well. But either way, I probably get one for a pretty good deal.
Graphics card.
I could probably get one for a pretty good deal right now.
I have one sitting around doing nothing.
Wow, this guy go.
It's a pretty decent one.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, so I'm officially going to PC. Sad day, but hey, it was about time. Like I said, still be on Xbox, but just through obviously more Steam and other stuff. It's going to open up a lot of things. Still play, Xbox is still a usable system. The Xbox One, it's still a usable system, but it obviously is just come April, May, you're in the middle of the year. You know what I mean? With new technology, it's hard not to jump ship.
I can't go back to Xbox after the graphics on the PC for Apex.
Wow,
it's quite a difference. It looks rough.
Oh yeah,
it looks rough on Xbox now that I've been playing on PC for so long. And then even the field of view, everything is like limited. It's like all unlimited settings on Xbox One.
Oh, of course. All right, man. Well, that just about wraps it up here. Good video game talk, Kelly, as always. No, we will have UFC to talk about next week. UFC, a fight night coming down. There's the UFC on ABC going to be next week, so that should be interesting.
Sounds like a song.
Yeah. UFC on ABC. Country hit right there. That's how you do it. Anywho, check us out on Twitter @AndNewPodcast. Give a special shout out to everyone out there listening, especially y'all on Spotify there. Thank you so much for tuning in week after week, getting it done,
come get yourself some at the New Podcast. Let's wrap her up here, Kelly. For producer extraordinaire Kelly, my name is Steven, and you've been listening to the